What is going on, everybody? Brandon from Awakened Instincts back again with another deck profile for you guys. I'm going to be going over the new Son Goku GT deck. I played this at locals last night and came in first place. The deck is very strong. I knew it was going to be pretty good going into it, but man, after playing it, it is very solid. So, go over the leader itself since he's a new leader. You start with the Spaceship Vessel of Hope. That's the unison for the deck. You start with one marker on it. And then when you attack, you put a Saiyan from your hand underneath the unison and draw 2. And when you're at 4 or less, or you have 7 or more markers, you draw 2, go down to 6, and flip it over. It's pretty much turn 2 guaranteed all the time. Pretty sure I woke turn 2 every game I played last night. And then the leader, yeah, I know it's not shiny. I gotta work on getting all the cards I need. Just a FYI, this list is not optimal yet. I only put this together with like 2 boxes, so I'm missing a bunch of cards. But anyway, when you attack, you draw on this side. It's basically you can pay a red to play a new unison from your hand or drop if your opponent does get rid of it, but pretty much won't get rid of it. You're going to have an insane amount of markers on your unison, and it's going to be really hard to deal with. And then the activate main, if you have 5 energy, you can Spirit Boost 10 to play the 8 drop from your hand, and it gets +5. Didn't do this a single time last night, but it is an option for you, especially if you're running the Hyper Evolution Secret Rare. Spoiler alert, I'm not. I'm running Vegeta. It's the best card in the game. I don't know why you wouldn't run it. So, alright, let's get into the deck. So the unison, we're just running 2 copies of it because you start with it in play. It has an insane amount of markers and it's pretty much never going to leave. But if your opponent does have a way to remove it, then you have a backup just in case. So, Spaceship Vessel of Hope, it can't attack, which kind of sucks, but it does enough. If you play it from your hand, if you play the second copy over it, and you empower, you'll draw a card and then buff a battle card in your leader 5k for the turn. It's okay. I think I did it 1 game last night just because I didn't really have much else to do. It's very okay, but the +0 is nuts. You put a Saiyan from your hand under it, draw a card, and then add a marker for each card under it. It's basically a +3 unison every turn. It's pretty insane. So this unison essentially acts as our second hand for the deck, as you guys will see. So we'll get into the Goku cards of the deck. Playing a lot of Son Goku GT cards. Playing 2 Pint-Sized Warrior. This is a set 3 card. 1 drop, look at top 7, grab any other Son Goku GT. Next Goku we're running 4 copies of Adventures Advent. This is a 1 drop. When you play it, you look at top 5, grab a Saiyan 4 or less, or a unison. And then you can do the activate main to put him underneath your unison and add a marker. So, another turn 1 play. And now some of the bigger Gokus. This is the 3 drop, Battle on Planet M2. This card's a 15k critical. We can pay 1 to evolve him over any other Son Goku GT. So if we play like Pint Size turn 1, we can play this from our hand turn 2, and you'll draw a card, and then you'll do the other effect where when he's played, you put a Saiyan from your hand under your unison and draw a card and add a marker. Or you can just pay 1 red to play him from under the unison on turn 2. Card's really solid. I played this a lot last night. And I even did do the evolve 1 time because it's pretty nice. You play this, you look at top 7, grab something, play this. So this replaces itself, and cycles a card. So you really don't lose out on hand advantage much when you're playing. Sorry about that. And then 2 of the 4 drop, I would definitely bump this up, but again, this is all I pulled, so I'm just running the 2 copies that I did get. This card's really good when it's played. You minus 20k to a battle card. And then whenever he attacks, you can choose a Saiyan from your hand or your drop, and that's the big thing. So any of your battle cards that die, You can just play this, kill a battle card on their side, swing with a 20k, and then put, you know, another Goku from your drop back under your unison and then replay it. It's really nice. So this card's solid. Those are all the Goku cards. Next we'll get into the Trunks. So we're running 3 of the 1-drop. It's just when you play it, draw a card, and then activate main, you can put it under the unison and add a marker. Nothing special, just really want to optimize our early game. Our other Trunks, we're running this 1-drop Intensifying Power Trunks. Really old card, but just kind of a good self-awakener. You do go down to 6, but sometimes we want to take ourselves down to 4 so our super combos are live, or just to see our life, because our field will get pretty overwhelming. A lot of time our opponent will just swing at other things. And there's actually a neat play line with the Trunks cards, including this new one, because this new card has an evolve for 1 that you can draw 1 to play it over a red Trunks GT. So when he's played, he'll minus 10k to a battle card, which is nice. He's got a permanent if he's in rest mode that your opponent can't attack your unison. Pretty much just going to attack this anyway, and you can pay 1 to play him from under the unison just by himself. But what I like doing is playing the Trunks, swinging with it, get our self-awakening, and then we can pay 1 to play this over it, because most of the time Trunks is just going to die anyway, right? Like, they're just going to swing at it. It's a little 5k, but with Trunks we can cycle a card, put this on top of it, and then this is a 15k with barrier. That's going to take a little bit more work for our opponent to get rid of versus just a measly little 5k. So that's all the Trunks cards. Now we'll get into this card. This card's fantastic. I love this card. It is so much value, but it is an extra card. So you don't want to run too many of these, but for 1 energy, you draw a card, add a marker to your unison, and then put any Saiyan from your deck under your unison. So you can set up any of your plays, whatever you're missing, you can set it up perfectly with this card. Really like this. Probably run it at 4, but again, it's an extra card. Can't combo with it. So we're running 2 copies of Pan Soaring Through Space. This card is a super rare from the set. It's a 5k blocker. If we have 2 energy, we can play it for free from under the unison by Spirit Boosting 1. And then for 2 red, we can play a Goku and a Trunks 15k or less from under our unison. So we've got, this is the best Trunks to play. Sometimes if we just want to draw a card, you can play the 1-drop Trunks from under the unison also. And then you can play any of these 3 Gokus from under the unison also. Or you can play this guy. This is an old card. This is another reason why we were running Intensifying Power Trunks, because we want to be at 4 life for this card. But when this card's in play, it turns from a 3-drop into a 5-drop, which is perfect for Triple Flash, which we'll get into in a second. First, I want to show you guys this card. I'm only running 2 copies of this because, again, that's all I pulled. I don't know final ratios. I'd probably run 3. I don't think you need to run 4, but this card is very, very nice. The artwork is just beautiful. I love this card. It's a 30k with Deflect. We can pay it for 3. We can play from under the unison. It's got to activate main. That when we play it, we can Spirit Boost 3. We can minus 30k to our opponent's field, and then this becomes a triple attacker for the turn. And then also it has activate main that we can choose our unison and place this under it from either our hand or our battle area and add a marker to the card. So really nice. You can play this, make it a triple attack, swing. If they like violent raise you or something, you can just put it back under the unison to replay it next turn if you know your opponent has removal for it or whatever. But this is our main triple flash target. We want to play this, give it triple attack, swing twice, and then play triple flash over it. It's a very, very cool play line. I think I only pulled it off once last night. But triple flash is an oldie but a goodie. Deflect, triple strike. When you play it, you draw 2. It's very solid. You have to evolve over a 5 cost or more. That's why we're running this card. You can play this off this, so technically you could do it turn 2 if you're already at 4 life and you save your Awaken, but most of the time I was doing this like turn 4, I think, because I would play this into this. It just works out really nicely. But this card says if its power is 40,000 or more, your opponent can't activate counters. So it's really nice if you know your opponent, like if you're playing against blue and they tapped all their energy and you know a baby hatch is coming, you just go into this first, because both this and this have deflect, so blue can't really do anything to stop this. You do have to keep in mind if they have a Boo Unison out, they could just bottom deck this. So, but your opponent cannot activate counters in response. It's really, really nice. But again, it's a little glass cannon-y. It didn't go off too many times last night. Because we're running triple flash, we got to run 4 pan. Pan is a free play. If we have a 25k more Son Goku or Trunks in play, we can play for free. And then activate main, we can buff something 5k for the turn. So we just need to get 2 of these out to make triple flash a 40k to make him uncounterable. And yeah, it's alright. I wish there was better play lines, but triple flash might even come out or just make its way into the sideboard at some point. This is the first tournament I've played with the deck, but like I said, I got first place, so I think it's pretty strong where it's at right now. 4 Raditz, just staple red super combo. 2 copies of Vegeta, Resolve Renewed. Again, red staple, really good counterplay for the deck. And that's most of the generic stuff. The rest of the stuff I'm going to show you is all why this deck is so good. So starting with a Unison turn 1 is just really, really nuts, having access to all of these cards. If you low roll and you're attacking on turn 1, New Ruler will be live turn 1. It's really easy to get your Unison up to 4 markers, even 5 markers on the first turn you play it. And you can swing with New Ruler right away. We're running 4 copies of Yamcha, because again, live turn 1. Really, really solid to have this in the deck, so we're running at 4. We're running 3 copies of Wolfang Fist, because again, free Unison, free counter, really good. One of the best cards in the deck, we're running 3 copies of Difference of Status. If you guys don't know what this card does, this is super rare from set 14. It's a negate. It doesn't actually negate, it's just a counter. But we can Spirit Boost X, we can minus something 5k, and then for every marker we remove, we can minus something 5k more. So if we need to kill a 30k, we can trade 5 markers from our Unison to kill a 30k, or 7 markers to kill a secret rare. And granted, your Unison will have anywhere from 10 to 20 markers the entire game. I was playing one game last night where my opponent kept swinging at my Unison, and I still had good 9 or 10 markers throughout the entire game. There's just nothing you could really do about it. So Difference of Status is really, really good. It's also really, really good in the mirror, being able to kill this right away, or any threat, essentially. Really love that card. And then we're running 2 copies of Violent Rays because we need some actual negates in the deck. Wolfang Fist and Difference of Status don't actually stop the attack, so we need some sort of floodgate. Violent Rays is just insanely good, and these collector editions, the art is just so phenomenal that I'm probably going to run this even if the card isn't good, because it just looks so beautiful. And the last couple cards of the deck, we're running our 3 secret rares. Vegeta, Mira, and Choppa. Vegeta's just too good. Hyper Evolution is cute. It seems pretty fun. I think there is some merit to playing Hyper Evolution too, being able to play for free on turn 5. It could do a lot of damage. But Vegeta's just the best card in the game. I'm pretty much sold on it. This card's insane. And if you stick this, you're basically going to win. I don't think I've ever lost a game that I played this card. So, and then the next, Mira, Champa. We lost Fighting Against Fate, we lost Secret Identity, so we're running these two. Just classic combo. Mira is also good just on its own. You wait till like turn 5, play Vegeta, burn your opponent down to 1 life, and then swing with Mira for a game. It's pretty much, you know, unwinnable for them. So just classic combo. The deck is not fine-tuned. These are not perfect ratios, but if you're gonna give this deck a try in the beginning, this is a great place to start, and you don't need too many cards from the new set. Like again, Pan and the Goku, I'd probably change ratios on these if I owned all the cards, but for now, this is where we're at. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.